Hello everyone, my name is Rylee, and welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna immediately give an apology for the noise in the background. That is my laundry going, and whilst usually I would wait until that is done, I kind of want to just get this video done and over with. I would like to give a big thank you to you guys for all of the support for RyleeAdventure 4 Decisions. It is officially the highest viewed video on the RyleeAdventure series, and it is still going. I mean, it actually surpassed the Eddsworld video in views. Usually doesn't happen. Usually the Eddsworld videos I make typically get more views than my RyleeAdventure ones. This time it didn't. So thank you guys for all that support. This was a very long process. In fact, it was over about 2 years of constant back and forth between either the studio, I had to let go like animators or something, or I had something else going on, so this got put on the side, or the fact that we got rid of Dalton in the middle of all this and had to reanimate his scenes and redo some of the plot, and also actualize that this series of episodes was going to be canon to the series that we were making. Originally, these shorts were not supposed to be a part of the canon or the lore, but after like the whole Tobuscus situation and then following that, the Dalton stuff where we had to replace Dalton and use Trenton instead, I kind of realized that it's like, why wouldn't I just make these a part of the canon? Which is why I've been reanimating all of them over the last couple of years. All the ones that I really wanted to be a part of the canon, I just decided to reanimate. And some of the lesser known ones, like the fucking kitchen one where Dalton gets fucking blasted or whatever, I didn't bother reanimating those because those weren't going to be a part of the canon. The poor decision episodes are a part of the canon and are important to the building plot of, hey, they're making poor decisions and the board's not really liking that, which was not conveyed very well in the poor decision episode. I got rid of that scene because I wanted to get this video out this century. Another important reason why I wanted to make this video is, as you can notice, the background's not the same. In fact, the whole studio is not the same. At the end of this production, I was effectively kicked out of the studio. Now, hearsay and other sort of things will say that I wasn't kicked out, but if I go back to the studio right now, the locks have been changed, and I basically have little to none of my stuff, except for a couple things of clothes and some few essential resources. Wow, it stopped. I'm sorry. It kind of came out of nowhere. Um, it was over the stupidest thing. But just to keep it 100% real with you guys, the start of this year was very shitty for me. I've had a lot of very upsetting things happen to me over the beginning of this year, some of which have been kind of the worst I've had in a couple of years. As you all may have known, I was placed in the foster care system about 4 years ago now. Not like actively in the foster care system, not anymore, but I was in the foster care system for about 2.5 years, and that was probably the worst point of my life at that point, up until about a month ago, right about the time I had basically finished Poor Decision. I was kicked out of the studio. We currently are working on plans and stuff. I'm actively looking for another vehicle because I had to turn my vehicle in as well. Not that I had to, it's the fact that I didn't want it associated with the person that had kicked me out. I didn't want to have any sort of reason for contact. I've just been kind of working on getting back to kind of ground zero and stabilization, which means the channel inevitably was at stake. I thought about quitting. I thought about just throwing in my towel with Poor Decisions forever, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to continue, and I'm going to keep going with your guys' help, of course. Obviously, I'm not making money off of anything. I do have shirts on the store right now if you guys would like to go purchase shirts or hats. I've never really went out of my way to promote that. I guess that's probably dumb of me or stupid of me, because it's money, you know, it's an income stream. But I've never really wanted to push something like that, if that makes sense. I don't much care if I get money directly from you guys, even though I probably should, because money helps me stay alive. But something I will be doing here in the coming future is starting a Patreon. It's not going to be right now, and it probably will be in another month or so. With the Patreon, it's a direct way to help fund the show and help keep me from living on the streets. I still do have my full-time job. I took a week off to kind of figure out my cues and everything, and I've been uploading like a goddamn demon, like almost daily again. I haven't done that since 2016, when I first started YouTube, which, by the way, is 10 years now I've been on YouTube. But yeah, we are still actively working really hard on the show, and we do not plan on stopping. Even though I had a couple minor setbacks, we are still planning on releasing all of the videos that I mentioned in the trailer. In fact, I edited and did all of that trailer after I was kicked out of the studio. This will probably mean that there will be a little bit of a quality dip in the voices, which, you know, the last Poor Decision episode didn't exactly have the greatest audio quality. Not sure how we're going to be doing the recording for the series so far. We do have a microphone that Pacey has, and the computer setup that I had given to him, and he's kind of upgraded a little bit. So we do have a computer system, and we do have our animation tablet. Outside of that, not a whole lot, unfortunately. But we're still striving through. We're still trying to get better. We're still trying to make videos. The sun is like setting, and yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation, and I wish I didn't have to go through it, but, you know, I would rather go through this now than later and lose more. So I'm so glad that it happened when it did, even though the events were kind of unfortunate. Then for it to happen later and I lose more progress and more stuff, I'm just kind of glad that I kind of got out of the situation. We recorded a video here before, or 2 videos here before. This is going to kind of be my temporarily permanent residence. We're still kind of, once again, figuring stuff out and figuring what exactly we need to purchase for the new studio, but hopefully we will be fully up and running by the summer. As I said in the post, I'm still working on all the episodes, and I'm still trying to get them out in a reasonable time. I'm not trying to go back to my old ways, especially since this most recent episode has been my biggest success in making the show. I definitely think all of the time I put into it had definitely paid off. Once again, in nearly 24 hours, it had hit 200 views, which is basically unheard of for the RyleeAdventure series, at least in recent years. Because I've slowed down on the pacing of my animations and everything due to all the stuff going on at the studio, it was very refreshing and very nice to see, hey, a video can work and can take off, even if it's not millions of views and it's the biggest thing ever, is still very great, and very wonderful to see that people still want to watch and people still care about the show. More stuff will be coming out soon. Like I said, a Patreon at some point in the next month or so. You guys don't have to. You guys don't have to ever support me on the Patreon. It's always going to be something extra. It's never going to be, hey, My content is going to be exclusively on Patreon, and if you don't buy it, you won't get it. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to exclusively upload something that is important to the series on Patreon. It's always going to be something extra, or maybe a high resolution version of the episode, because YouTube likes to compress everything. Or I know I'm going to be trying to upload the animation files and the behind the scenes and stuff on Patreon as well. But for this Poor Decision episode, I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure I had as much promotion as I could for this episode, because originally the promotion budget was $200, and I don't have that anymore. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that we've had to figure out, and we're about there. We're about there, but we're still not all the way there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.